Right. Hello. Oh, a lot of you stayed.
You get no.
I got another one. Thank you. It's a free conference, and you're still here for the last speaker, so thank you very much. You're doing excellent. Great guys. Also, let's thank them, because all the food and stuff, it was excellent. Thank you very much. Right, I've got a lot of slides. Let's start with this one, because when I was asked to come to Germany, I saw this picture and I said, where is this party? Does anybody know? It would be so cool to drink beer and then fight with somebody from the bomb squad. I don't know if it's here in the vicinity, but if you know, please tell me, then we can go there tonight. Nobody under 15 in the room? No, because there's a lot of speed slides, I think 120 slides in 40 minutes, so let's go, let's dive in and let's have fun. Has anybody seen this one, April Fools? Brilliant. Pornhub sharing your latest movie to all your friends. That's how it's supposed to be. I've got normally prizes, and this talk is also a talk I normally do for people who are normal. I don't know how many hackers are in the room. Raise your hand.
Regular citizens.
Regular citizens. Non-hackers? Let's make you a hacker. Do you push buttons sometimes where you don't know what it does? Now you're a hacker now, so everybody's a hacker. And normally I give prizes away to my audience. I tell them it tastes like French cheese which you have put to an ashtray. So I give them away. You can win them, but they have them here. So let's figure it out. Cooper also brought some stuff. Thank you, Cooper. But it's not needed this time. And because we are all hackers and no matter, we've traded it in for bunnies. So if you win, you get a bunny. Right, this is me. In the old days, I pushed a lot of buttons. My parents were not so happy with me. I played with the old modems. Anyone knows the modem still? Yeah. People are laughing. We had phones, and you had to dial with a disc. I don't know if anybody knows that. It was really cool. And you called in the BBS, and then when you downloaded stuff, your mother downstairs took the horn, and everything was gone again. It was crazy times. I got into hacking. I got in the police van. No, I didn't. Or I did. I don't know. And eventually I started my own company, and what I always wanted to do was all the hackers I know, all the guys like you, combine them, put them in a room, drive in a car or a washing machine or whatever, and you get it broken back after a week or two. And that's what we're building now with this company, but I'm not commercial, so we go on. I wish I would be hacking all the time, but sadly I have become this lately. On TV, on the radio, it's unbelievable, but it's in the Netherlands. So I'm hoping you don't have any problems with me here. And for a prize, what's this? What are we looking at? Hands in the air.
The cradle of the internet.
The cradle of the internet. Do you know the year?
1970 something, 8? 93?
3, yeah. Hey, first winner. This is the old days, and I was 3 years old, so I haven't seen this, but I played a lot, and I'm really happy that there's no logging in our age. Really happy. You could do anything you wanted in my days, and that's why I'm standing.
Wait, this is so fantastic.
I'm on a time limit. In my free days, in free spare time, I'm a member of the Guild of the Grumpy Old Hackers. So if you want to join, please do. We don't have, I think, anybody in Germany at the moment. What we try to do is the younger hackers who find stuff and who break stuff and who go live with big databases, we talk to them and we try to explain that the things they're doing is not so very nice, and you have better ways of making sure that somebody knows their database is hacked. So we try to help those guys. And then in my free time, I also do the cavalry. I don't know if anybody knows the cavalry here. Sure. Yeah, good. We do medical stuff, we do car stuff, and we try to get companies to be more secure in their development cycles. Anybody got this?
Yeah.
You can download it. Come on, guys. This one you can download. This one you can download. Even this one. It's downloadable. It's unbelievable that guys who do this exam post a picture of it. Come on. And then even I don't have any certificate, and I still get mails like this from our State Secretary of Justice and Security in the Netherlands. And when you answer the email, you get invited into creepy things like this one. And you have to advise the European Union on how to deal with hackers. Does anybody know the lady over there?
Yeah, the one with the eggplants.
Yeah, but you already have. Who said Mary Mo? Sorry, Light. It's okay. Mary Mo, she has an implant and she's hacking her own implants, her pacemaker. It's unbelievable. Right, so we go. We're ready for a small ride into what normal people don't know? Yes? Yes, cool. Security, the basics. Segways. Are segways secure? Does it look secure? No, if I'm standing here, I'm pretty scared. On the other side, it's better. But as long as there are tools to remotely kill stuff like that, no Segway are secured. And they need help, I think, the keynote. Because I haven't heard a lot of them. But the idea is that you have a button and you can kill a Segway remotely within a couple of meters. So, help. This is our king, by the way. Follow. Wi-Fi, secure? Oh, everybody's laughing. Come on. Normally I have a team and they're like, yes, we're secure. Well, as long as you have guys like this in your street, you know you have problems. We use the best tools and we use, of course, the best antennas. You know? Who's built one of those? Yeah, they work great, right? Best antennas there is. No Wi-Fi, just Ethernets. Secure? No. Sniffers and stuff like this. But have you seen this one? You have. Has anybody seen it?
Variations of it, at least.
No, this is found in the harbor of Antwerp, and it was connected to a printer who was printing the package slips for all the containers in the harbor. And the printer didn't work as well as it should do, and they looked at it and they found this thing connected to it, and no problem, but the normal ones were white with a red label, so that's kind of creepy. And they opened it up, and they found a Raspberry Pi in it transmitting everything to criminals offsite. Which is brilliant, unless you're a criminal and you're colorblind. You could have done it a long time. And they paid the guy who placed this 250 euros, and it was a cleaner. So thank you, cleaners, for doing stuff like that. Well, this one you probably know. USB secure. Nah. And for a bunny, hands in the air, if you know what this thing does.
You
want?
But I got one already.
You got another one.
Yeah.
There you go. Yay! I didn't hit the lamp. It's a USB killer. Yeah, everybody knows what it does. It just blows up your PC. And then normal people think, why would you do that? Why would you put something that blows up your motherboard into your PC? Well, you don't. You put a label on it, finance, and you place it near your competitors' offices. That's the idea. Okay, let's make it a little bit harder. Standalone PC. Secure. So you have a PC in a glass room. No people behind it. No cables. No wireless, nothing. Is it secure?
Is it turned on?
It is turned on. Then no. We have friends in Israel who make malware which reacts to heat signatures. So one PC with a heat signature can connect to another one and give it commands. Brilliant if you run a nuclear power plant. And they even make stuff like this. True or all crypto. And the latest one is even more fun. Have you seen this one? They made some malware which makes your LED of your drive blink, and it's a kind of Morse code, so you can put up a drone on top and read the Morse of the drive. Brilliant. I would like to go on holiday there.
There was one with a fan of the computer with the health.
Also, yeah. There's a lot of stuff like this, and it's nice. Really nice. Are humans secure? No? Come on, they're secure. But as long as you have people like this one, this one is great. Or this one, it's also nice. This one is one of my favorites. Brilliant. Especially him, you know, like, when I close my eyes, nothing will happen. Nothing will happen.
You don't have to discover lots of bombs from the Second World War.
Yeah, and you can reuse them.
It's called reproposal.
Yeah, reproposal. And in the Netherlands, we have students, and when they're in the summer and they're in the pool and they have a little bit to drink, they get hungry, right? So what do you do when you're a student? You connect stuff the easy way. Wow. Brilliant. So as long as there's guys like that, then yeah, there's a problem. And we are hackers, and I can say that also to board and to government. I just say, don't click shit. And if people in your offices click shit, they have to wear that hat for a week. And the problem is gone pretty fast. This works. This saves you tens of thousands of dollars. Come on, guys. Use it. And did you know, for instance, you have to help sometimes, that in 1979 an astronaut from Nigeria was sent into space with the Russians? Did you know? And the Soviet Union collapsed and they went back, but they left him there because they need to get stuff back and there was no room for him. So that poor guy is still in space since 1980. And he just needs a little bit of money to get back. So if you get this mail, please click and please send some money. And you never know. Maybe somewhere in Nigeria there is a guy who actually wants to give you money. So live a little and click the emails. Yeah, please. Then all the corporate guys always ask, yeah, nice, but how do you get in? Well, easy, I walk with the smokers, but there are not so many smokers anymore. So from the hacking community to the world, start smoking again, please. It makes our life a lot easier. What we always do is go to the trash, and lastly, in the Netherlands, we were at a bank, and we found a document which states what you must do when the bank is robbed. And you couldn't press a button, and it was as deliberate as open one door, wait 10 seconds, open another door, close that one, then you trigger an alarm. And that stuff was in the trash. It's unbelievable. I like it, but it's unbelievable. And the best thing is this one, first aid. We go to a desk and we say, well, this is a first aid drill. We have one person with a big burn, and that person has an accident and has to be in the server room because that's where the accidents happen. And we get brought in the server room, we get to plug in USB, we get a band-aid, and we walk out of there. It's that easy if you're a hacker to get in. And then when I get in, I always wonder about this one. If you guys have to choose, do you choose lock number 1 or number 2? Yeah, come on.
Number 2.
Number 2. Why are all the keys behind lock number 1? The most easy to pick lock is the lock of the cabinet over there. It's unbelievable. You guys have to think. But you use tags, of course, and then you know probably this guy as well, Chris, who can copy tags, I think at 22 meters at the moment. So that's fun. That's the way we get in. And then everybody thinks, oh, all those hackers are hacking mobile stuff, doing all the difficult work, working with sets, etc., etc. But normally the only thing we hack are the communications between everything. If you have a nice app and you have a nice web server, why don't you fix your old API server? The most easy things to hack are those things. And if you look at it, this is how easy it normally is. Any of you guys test a lot of apps? Do you agree with this? Yes. How do we fix stuff like this?
Shoot the developer.
Shoot it. Are guns legal in Germany? I don't know. Well, we should try. And as long as it's easy like this, you know, just put some PHP stuff. And I know this is for you, it's way too easy. But for normal people, this is like, what is he doing? Well, he's putting in easy stuff in easy fields which you forgot to check. And that's why we can get your passwords with just a cat in code. And when we can upload an e-card, we can also upload a script, PHP for instance. And then we get fireworks and we get your server. It's that easy for everybody. So then you come here, everything is hackable, but who is doing the hacking? And the next slide I got from Chris Nickerson. And it depresses us. If you type in hackers in Google, you get this. I never wear a ski mask when I'm hacking. Do you?
You should.
You should? Does it work?
It improves your hacking skills.
Oh, well, we tried the contents once with those ski masks and then eating pizza. It was really messy. It was really messy. And yeah, of course we are hoodie guys, but mostly because it's easy. Life hacks. These are the real hackers. And for a bunny. These are the guys who change the world, who make things different. That one you all know? And that one you all know?
Yes.
Yeah, not say yes, say the name. Tesla, good. You got another bunny. Turing, Alan Turing. Those are the guys. But I thought this was too easy for you, so I put in another picture. Here we go again. Ah, come on, you're hackers.
Cars.
Carsten Noah, yeah, Carsten Noah. Come on, people. Hackers notice this. Major malfunction.
And Lori.
Adam Laurie. Last one. Oh, you get a bunny anyway. Ferdinand Noah.
Fair enough.
These are hacker brains. Come on, try it. And if you see hackers, I mean, can you identify hackers just by looking at it? Is number one, is that a hacker?
Sure.
No. Sure. Yeah. Number two?
No.
Yes, yes.
No. Yes. Uli, yeah. Number three? No. Ooh. Number four? Oh, that's silent. He's brilliant. He works for me. That guy saved the Netherlands sometimes because there were a lot of SCADA systems in the Netherlands and they had a default password which says 1234. And then when you had to change the password, which everybody was advised to do, and you put in exclamation mark or a hash, it reverted to the original password because it couldn't cope with exclamation marks. And it was 1234 again. Brilliant. He's one of the guys who helped with that stuff. Script kiddies, we all know it, just downloading stuff and trying to hack. We should not lock them up, by the way. I think we should train them. Barnaby Jack, best presentation ever. Getting money spilled out of his containers, that's brilliant. I also like the story when he asked for those cash machines to be delivered in his third floor apartment. And the guy delivered them and asked, why would you put in cash machines in your apartment? And he said, well, if I have to go to the bar, I have to walk a block to get money. And now I can pin in my own home. It's brilliant. But he cracked that stuff. Only problem is that after this he went into pacemaker research, and unfortunately 2 weeks before he presented the pacemaker research he was found dead in his apartment. Still a problem for some of us, and others say, well, he was just a party animal, so we don't know. But yeah, how much would it cost if all the pacemakers had to be removed and replaced out of people? We don't know. And this is Oliver, works for us. He did a hack at United lastly, and he got 1 million air miles from United, which is really cool. We all flew to Vegas. Only problem in the Netherlands is that we have something called tax administration or something. And they say, well, every mile is 0.02 cents, so please add 20,000 euro to your income. So, unbelievable. And then he hacked the tax administration, and he got a cup. So. Plastic cup, unbelievable. So, are all hackers evil? No, and this is what we're here about. Who of you use responsible disclosure actively on their side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Everybody! No? Does anybody not know what responsible disclosure is? Okay, so everybody knows it basically. This is, I think, one of the first instances of responsible disclosure. For a bunny.
War games?
Yeah, over there. I didn't know. I'm not throwing anymore. Sorry, I won't kill. In war games, the guy found something big and did everything he could by himself to fix it. More war games. Normal people don't know war games. And in the Netherlands, we are running front for responsible disclosure, at least I think. We have a lot of hackers who work in responsible disclosure, who even quit their jobs to just do responsible disclosures. And we have also the prosecution office, and this is the boss of the prosecution office in the Netherlands, who even have an advisory law which states that if a hacker did the good things, he just won't get prosecuted, even if you as a company will indict him. So that's unbelievable. And that guy is also pretty cool if you talk to him later. It took a while before he knew this, but he tried. And they, by the way, sent their stuff public last month. So if you want to know in Germany how the Dutch public prosecutor works with responsible disclosure and how they embedded it in their laws, follow Jeroen van der Ham. He's one of the NCC guys. And they disclosed the page, and it basically says, if you have all the answers to not doing weird things with our data correct, then we will refrain from conducting criminal investigation to you, which is great, because this is what gets you help by the hackers. This is Victor. I don't know if anybody knows him. Victor Gevers. He did a lot of stuff with the databases. He also did a lot of MongoDB helping. So he called out companies who had problems with Mongo. And he even now gets listens in the offices in the Netherlands. This is again a brilliant picture. You have a soldier who needs everything, and you have a hacker in just a shirt, and people listen nowadays. This is one of the stats he delivered from last year. He just does 15 hours a day of responsible disclosures in the Netherlands. And interesting things in China, they fix stuff in approximately 5 days, which is pretty cool. I didn't think China would be on top of there, and the Netherlands is pretty slow. There's no Germany, I think, in here. Belgium, France at the bottom, because French people apparently don't know they have internet, but but you have to, if you're gonna work with responsible disclosure, so put a stuff on your site saying, well, if you help me, I will not prosecute you and I will get you a prize maybe. If you are going to do that shit, you will get a lot of stuff reported. And some stuff is actually pretty cool. Some stuff is actually not so cool. I will give a few examples in a moment. We at Zerocopter also have a lot of researchers in-house connected to us. And when we run RD programs, we see that most of the reports, which are actually good, are not from our researchers. So that's pretty cool. If you look at Schubert Philips, another Dutch company, they had 1,000 RDs in the last year. But from those 1,000 RDs, responsible disclosures, only 2 were good enough to get a t-shirt. So you get 1,000 messages and only 2 are actually fact. And what do we give them? Well, we give them shirts. Shirts like those are probably the best. I hacked KPN and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Excellent. We also give government shirts out, but the banks are doing better things. Does anybody know what the Dutch bank did for the last responsible disclosures? They gave cool stuff. They gave gold bars.
Nice.
Wow. How to get hackers involved? We give them gold. Excellent. I give them shirts mostly. When they're in Costa Rica, I'll bring the shirts myself, of course. You have to go there. And the most fun part we always see is in India. When we got responsible disclosure from India and they have to get a shirt, they give out really weird addresses, like this one. And I'm not sure how that ever works, but this stuff works, you know? Then you get a call about a week later and say, well, thank you for the shirt, I got it. And we're like, how? No? UPS, woo! Those guys. Well, let's do some nice tales from the RD side. Oh, by the way, have you seen that one? I got it bigger. It's excellent. You walk in Russia in a park and it's a bit foggy and you look up and you see a Windows error message from 5 by 10 or something. You're like, oh, what did I drink yesterday? And in Russia that's pretty normal. But it's an actual building running Windows. Unbelievable. How did they ever think of that? It does commercials for phones and stuff like that. Well, some of the stuff we get is, responsible disclosure. I have to warn you, you have port 3128 open. Anyone? It's a squid. It's your local squid proxy. So people are reporting that in their local network they have an open squid proxy. Wow, nice. Thank you. Go hack yourself. Second, I want to warn you that you have a problem somewhere with a server, maybe with SSL or maybe with patching. This is not pretty specific and we cannot do anything about it. It's called Dragnet RD and it's very old, as you can see on this picture. People are doing it for a long time. These ones are also cool, even with a proof of concept, that if you go to this site, you get redirected to another site, and there you can suggest a username and password. And if you find it, we can break in. What? Alright, so we have indeed an SSL server with two-factor authentication, but no problem. And if you guess the username and password, then you're in. Wow, responsible disclosure. It's not what we're looking for. And these ones are always the best. I want to warn you that you are vulnerable to, and then you get one weird CVE number. You get 2 bottles of mud and a bunny if you know what this number is. Nobody, yeah? It's difficult. It's a PHP mailer remote code execution, and we get this on the Ruby on Rails app. What? Are you completely mental? It's not a nice picture. More difficult is when we have honeypots and you get a message that they found a lot of ports open on your honeypot. What do you say as a company? Are you going to say, well, yeah, that's my honeypot? Or are you silently shipping them a shirt? And please don't talk about it. It's difficult. You don't know. And this one is also nice. Does anybody know what this one was? It's an older one, but it's still funny. This is a reply Khalil got when he put his bug in for Facebook. And they say, well, sorry, it's not a bug. And then Khalil said, all right, I posted on Mark Zuckerberg's site itself. So he did account takeover and he posted, I'm sorry for privacy invasion and posting on your wall, but nobody listens. This is also not very nice, but it works. One of the best ones are the responses of some guys you get, like this one. Kevin Wilson, I don't know if he's still alive, but somebody reported an XSS and he replied with, it looks like you're trying to add JavaScript in the field. And that's not meant for JavaScript. You are supposed to do letters and numbers and not JavaScript. Brilliant. Well, how does responsible disclosure look? For us, it looks like this. Submit your values. Don't take advantage of a vulnerability you find. Don't go to the press. Don't download stuff you don't need. And just help us getting stuff resolved. And if you do that, we will make sure you don't get prosecuted and we will negotiate with you if you would like a t-shirt or whatever. That's it. This is what gets hackers to help you. And is responsible disclosure backed in Germany by the law and stuff like that? No? So we should fix it. It's up to you guys. You will get a copy of this presentation and you go in and you present it and you will get it fixed. Well, if it's not, stop breaking the law. We at the moment are in the Netherlands getting responsible disclosures for a lot of countries around us. So hackers from Germany are giving us responsible disclosures for companies in Germany. Why? Because in the Netherlands they won't get prosecuted. It's that easy. Well, let's go to the fun part. What do black hats do? They do different stuff. They do 0 days, and they sell their 0 days to the NSA. And the question, is this their real logo? No? Yes? No? They have ears everywhere, but not in their logo, I think. Now, these are payout ranges from, I think, 2 or 3 years ago. About when you have a 0 day, how much do you get for them? And at that time, if you had an Apple iOS 0 day, you could get up to $500,000 US. This list is recently updated, and you see the problem. It's now up to $1.5 million for the same bug. And that's difficult because we want the hackers to go to bug bounties and to go responsible disclosure and do stuff like that and not go into the criminal corner. So what the criminals and the other companies are doing now is upping in the hopes that hackers are still getting the money from them instead of giving it to the good cause. Little closer to home, what do black hats do? Well, you all seen this probably. Yes, it's the crypto locker. Anybody knows what crypto lockers are? Yeah. A lot of problems, and these are old version. We have more up-to-date versions with more payout possibilities and even QR codes and stuff. It's fancier, you know. It looks better if you make it like this. And they also had something which was pretty unique. Do you know what? What was unique when these guys started? What did they do? It's easy.
Customer service?
Customer service. Talk. I'm giving it that way. They had customer service, and they even had customer service based on where you called from. So if you called from the Netherlands, you got a lady in Dutch saying, oh no, everything encrypted? Unbelievable, we can fix it. You just have to pay us and we'll help you. That's brilliant. It works. It works. This is one of the latest ones, by the way. You go out for a coffee, you come back and you get this. It sucks. You go back for another cup of coffee, and then when you get back, you have to pay. Well, if you think all those hackers are really smart guys, well, not necessarily. Do you know Tux? Yeah. It's your cryptoware as a service. You can just type in a cause and you can type in the amount of money you want, and then you send it out to all your friends. And if they pay, 20% of their money goes to the guys who made this and 80% to you. It's a brilliant concept of cryptoware as a service. Right. people then ask, okay, you tell a lot of stories, but show me a real world example. Well, this is one I did before I joined Zerocopter last year, and it was a big energy company in the Netherlands. And they came to me and they gave me a room, a patch, and coffee, and 1 week to find their hidden treasures, their most important data. That's what they wanted. So I got in, objective, get the crown jewels, and I connected my laptop to the ports, and the first hop I found was this, which is a switch, which is that's no problem. I couldn't change anything, but the amount of information coming from the switch was pretty much, and I could even see the VLANs. And they were so nice as to name the VLANs based on what was there. So, servers, nice. They probably have VLAN shielding, but no, they didn't. So I scanned that network, and I found this. Wow, Dell, with this you can connect to a Dell server and just be like you're in front of it. So take the screen remote and do stuff. So what do we do when we see this as hackers? What do we do?
Leave it be.
Leave it be. Come on, you get paid if you find shit.
Use IP money.
Brute force.
Brute force? No.
Admin.
And then if that doesn't work?
Admin root.
No.
Admin password.
Do Google. Do Google for the Dell. That's the most important hacker tool. Google. And the Dell IRAC default username and password is root and the password is Calvin. But this is an energy company in the Netherlands. So this won't work, right?
Right.
Right. Default password warning. Wow, this is not very good. So did we change it? No, we left it like this. We clicked and we were owners of the Dell. But that means we could physically access and control the servers, but didn't have the data yet. So we scanned the other net and we found this, a Drobo, a network attached storage thingy. And what do network attached storage thingy do? They get used for backups. So we tried to get into the shares for Windows, it didn't work. But then we port scanned the thing and we find iSCSI. Any of you old guys know what iSCSI is? Even the young guys? Who can mount? Yeah, so I mounted the complete Drobo on my Mac and I had a copy of their complete backup. So within an hour and a half I had physical access to all the servers and I had a backup of everything they had. So end of story in 1.5 hours. That's how easy it is. And then you talk to those guys and you explain what you did and they say, oh, okay, so if we change the password, we're fixed again. No, sorry, you have to do a little bit more. But now we get to the real good stuff, because why are hackers hacking? These stats I got once and I like them very much. They state that about 5% of all the hackers do it for a good cause. You know, responsible disclosure, want to help, make sure the world gets better. 5%. 30% is in it for espionage. That means China hacking into something and cloning everything. I have a nice example of that, I think. Next slide, yes. Activists, anonymous, people like that, 15%. Then we have about 10% script kiddies, so wanting to hack but not sure how and just destroying stuff. And 40% still gets money from the criminals. But what if we could change it? What if we could do bug bounties, responsible disclosure, even pay for patching? Then we could maybe get those 40% over to the other side. And if we train the 10% of script kiddies, we have 55% good hackers on the internet. That would be awesome. I would like it. Unless it's not like this. In 2009, America wanted to build a jet fighter. And they sent a team into China to figure out when China also could build a jet fighter according to those same specs. They wanted to build the F-22. And they came back, the teams, and they said, well, by 2020, China can also build a jet fighter as advanced as we are wanting to build now. So they built this. It's nice. It's a Lockheed USF F-22. But 9 months later, we get this picture of the Chengdu G20. How? How did they do it? Well, they hacked into Lockheed and they copied everything from their design until their printing. So everything was printed by Lockheed, was printed 1 month later in China, and you get stuff like this. But now I think Lockheed is even making sure that everything they design, all the errors, are actually in-designed. So could be a problem in the future if people are printing the designs and the guy who knows where the error is sick at the moment. Well, let's do some IoT shit. Don't mess with old people. This is one of the most important slides because IoT basically is I have an idea, I go to someone with a lot of money, I buy some developers from school, and then a couple of hours later, or weeks or months, I have 2 million devices out in the open with no security. And we as old hackers can still use our same tooling and our same bug finding as we did 20, 30 years ago, because every developer is making the same mistakes at the moment. It's real funny. And I don't want this. I'm not sure you guys want this. But this is not something I would like. It's really shitty. This one is brilliant. Does anybody know what this is? This is really brilliant. This is a trap for a self-driving car. Try to get out of it. You can only push it out. It's brilliant. This is what we do. This is the fun stuff we do. And by the way, the S in IoT stands for security. Have you seen the DEF CON talks last year about the guy with the needle? It was brilliant. There was a device which was made for a lot of money, and it was unhackable. And then some guy came with the brilliant idea of scratching between flash and CPU when the device booted. And what that does is if you try to do it 2 times, it goes into default root recovery mode and you're in. So you have a $2 billion secure device, you have a hacker with a needle, and the problem is solved again. Well, can we fix shit like this? Yeah, of course we can. We have to make sure that we tell the world that they have to code safely from the start. That's the only way. You have tools like these, you know them I guess, OWASP, SKF Security Knowledge Framework. It will just guide you into how you have to code securely. If you have developers who don't know how to code securely, let them fill in the SKF, the OWASP SKF, it's free, and they will be guided in whatever language they choose to make sure that what they code is pretty secure. That's one of the things we as hackers can do. And then you get a lot of questions, I get a lot of questions, yeah, but what if we use open source? I mean, open source is secure, right? Everybody looking at the code. Well, nobody looks at the code of open source. So that's also not working. Have you seen this bug? It was in the encryption, Debian encryption set. And the password was P for everything you entered. So you insert disk encryption, and when you try to spin it up, the password is P. It doesn't matter. What I get a lot is, all right, we have bad software. We want to make it better, so let's encrypt all the software. Brilliant idea. Only problem is that when I get an accident, I don't want my doctor to be 5 minutes longer in diagnosing me because he has to decrypt shit. If you look at cars, you can hack a lot of cars, and there are now car manufacturers who are encrypting their data in the buses. And there's also been an investigation that if you put the brake in one of those cars, the signal is 0.03 seconds later at the brake in an encrypted bus as in a non-encrypted bus. I don't like that. I don't want stuff like that. And this is encryption, you know? You cannot hear what they say, but you see who's talking to each other. And a lot of guys before us discussed this already, because it's called metadata. Yeah. Woo. And what do Americans say about metadata? Yes. That's nice. If you're a terrorist and you're talking encrypted with somebody else, that's probably also a terrorist. Gone. That's how it works. Right, I'm almost done. It's almost time for beers, I think. Are there any beers here? Yeah, almost. A couple of things I want to mind to everybody. Security never is a box. A lot of vendors say, well, now I have a box and you put it in front of the internet and no hacker will ever pass. Well, that's a challenge and it doesn't work. It's never a box. If we use our researchers to do bug bounties and stuff like that, companies come to us and say, well, Zerocopter's pretty cool, I want to work with them. They can hack me, but only on Friday from 4 till 6, because my server is not that busy at that time. That doesn't work. Our researchers mostly need 3 weeks. The first week they try everything, the second week they Netflix and think about stuff, and in the third week they break shit. And scope is also pretty important. I mean, scope is not just a server. Scope is everything from my laptop to the server. Because if we can get in from the back, then you want to know, I think. And this is also still something. Carsten Noel just did a big talk about it. We tend to focus in hacking on all those great and advanced hacks, which will probably never reach a company. And why we focus on hacking a phone with sound waves, you still get pwned because somebody clicks on a malware link or whatever. So try to convince people to focus on the normal stuff and not just on the excellent big stuff. And yeah, we hackers are not the most angry people. The cyber squirrel and the sharks are what threaten the internet. That's a wise shark. Good one. Right, I'm at the end. I just wanted to share one last slide with you, which I share with the world. Hackers are pretty nice people. We here are pretty nice people. And we can help companies, but companies have to understand us, and the governments have to understand us and have to look more to us and ask us to help. And that's what we are trying to do. And the best slide to show that to everybody in the world is this one. It's that easy. You know? We are pretty nice people, come on. We can make the world better, let's do this. Alright, thank you very much.